Hi everyone, I'm Eric Partney. We're here today with InTheYucatan.com and we're on Montejo, the most famous boulevard of the entire city. This boulevard was actually created in the year 1888. A group of the wealthy Henneken families decided that Merida was in need of modernization. So they decided that it needed a grand boulevard like Paris, much like the Champs-Élysées. So they set about designing the avenue in 1888. It was finished in the early 1900s, but today it is still the most important boulevard. And through the years, from the beginning up until today, this is where the important buildings were built. Originally they were homes. Today many of these grand old homes are museums, restaurants, and boutique hotels. Let's go see Montejo. At the end of Montejo, at Calle 47, we have the Remate. This is the park that Saturday nights we have Noche Mexicana, we have music, we have dancing. It's a nice public gathering space as well as a nice place to have events. Many people do not realize this was the last part of Montejo. The original plan of Montejo was to extend Montejo all the way through Centro. But for many reasons, political, I think there are a variety of issues, they did not extend it, but the land was already cleared in this one spot. So this spot, in 1995, they finally made it into a park. Today, most of Montejo houses businesses, restaurants, hotels, but there are a few private residences. In fact, the two most famous houses of all, the Gemelas, which is basically the twin houses, are still private residences. And they pay tribute to the wealth that Merida originally had and still has today. Most people do not realize that Merida is an extremely wealthy city. Behind me is the Canton Palace, which is today the Anthropological Museum. This was originally the governor's home and was used for various governor's homes until 1966 when it was converted to the Anthropological Museum, which is operated by INA and houses many of the ruins that you would have found in Chichen Itza and some of the ruins around the peninsula of Yucatan. Today, it's been restored, it's maintained in perfect condition, and it's a fine example of Merida's architecture. Paseo Montejo is continuing to evolve today. Just behind me, the pink building is Roses and Chocolate. It's a boutique hotel. It's a fine example of what you can do in 2010 with two old colonial buildings. There's actually two houses, two private homes that were renovated to today's best standards possible. And today it's restaurant, spa, hotel, an amazing place. Originally, all of these homes on Montejo were fine homes. Through the years, many became sort of run down and they were either empty or they just had small, inexpensive type stores in them. But today, people are taking buildings much like the one behind me and renovating them to be much like the hip hotel, Roses and Chocolate. I hope you've enjoyed our tour of the Paseo de Montejo, the most famous boulevard in all of Mérida. I'm Eric Barton, your host. Thank you for joining us today with InTheYucatan.com. I look forward to seeing you next time here in the Yucatan.